Denver 7 Now is sponsored by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
I'm Ann Trujillo with the latest from Denver 7. It's a medical mystery that one dog owner needs answers to, and now. Sarah Stewart lives in Lone Tree. She says her dog has been sick for the past few months, and no one can seem to figure out why. Denver 7's Megan Lopez explains why she's reaching out to other neighbors to see if there's a sickness in the air.
So this is Gur. She's a 2-year-old Pomeranian Husky mix, and for the past few months she's been sick. Her mom's tried a whole bunch of different medications, a whole bunch of different tests, and she can't figure out what's going on with Gur quite yet.
Any dog owner can tell you, puppies have a lot of energy.
Gur is a Pomsky, and she just turned 2 years old a few days ago.
Sarah Stewart's dog Gur was no exception.
Super playful and happy.
But about 4 months ago, that all changed.
She became really lethargic and had loose, bloody stools, and they haven't stopped since.
Sarah has taken her dog to one veterinary appointment after another. They've done fecal tests and
a full panel of blood work, and that all came back great.
They put Gur on 4 different medications, tried switching her food,
and nothing's helping. She's losing weight, and her coat doesn't seem to be as full as it was.
Then she started noticing something odd around the neighborhood.
There's same bloody stools just like hers all over the sidewalks.
So Sarah started reaching out to her neighbors.
I put out a flyer asking if other dogs had upset stomachs.
She also put up a post on Nextdoor
to make sure that if there is something to blame, that's eliminated so it doesn't happen again.
We called veterinary clinics in the area, and they say they haven't seen a rise in sick dogs coming in. Sarah's apartment complex also wasn't aware of any issues. For now, she'll keep searching for answers.
I would just like all of us to try to figure out all together so the veterinarians in the area could help all of us.
Hoping to find out what's making Gur so sick so that her pup can get better.
It's extremely stressful having her this sick.
In Lone Tree, Megan Lopez, Denver 7.
Police say they've arrested the man who ran over 2 people in downtown Denver late last month. Video of the gruesome scene spread quickly across the internet. 34-year-old Manuel David Saucedo is tonight facing charges of first-degree assault and leaving the scene of an accident. Both the people hit did survive. Saucedo was arrested nearly 2 weeks after the hit and run. The deadline has come and gone for defense attorneys to name an alternate suspect in the Kelsey Barrett murder case, and they did not. Patrick Frazee is now the lone suspect accused of killing Barrett, who was last seen Thanksgiving Day. Crystal Kenny, who was allegedly having an affair with Frazee, has already admitted to helping Frazee clean up the crime scene, but the defense declined to name her as a suspect. Kenny has agreed to testify against Frazee, and Frazee's murder trial begins next month. Evacuation orders are lifted near Bailey. Firefighters now have the 64 Alpha fire 100% contained. That fire burned about 12 acres, but late this afternoon, another fire sparked, this one northwest of Craig. It's burned about 30 acres, and fire crews are still battling the McNay fire in Larimer County. That one has burned about 500 acres and is 94% contained. A not-so-tiny bear created quite the fuss in Aurora today. It was seen all around E470 and Arapahoe Road, wandering through backyards and driveways. One neighbor we spoke with says it's no surprise that bear was spotted nearby.
You imagine they come around to get food, too. Why not here? We got great garbage. So I know my friend, he eats out all the time.
Good stuff, I guess. The Arapahoe County deputies eventually found the bear at a nearby pond. They decided to just leave it alone. They say the bear looked healthy and seemed happy. It is Denver Startup Week, a celebration of entrepreneurs in the Mile High City and around the world. And this year, there's a big focus on women startups. Denver 7's Russell Haythorne is introducing us to some visionary women hoping to close the gap.
At the liquor store, there's certainly no shortage of variety: whiskey, wine, beer. Many of those are even locally produced, and it's the wine market that has perhaps seen some of the biggest changes.
Yeah, single serve has been growing year over year.
While single-serve canned wine has been a thing for some time, a relative newcomer called Wander and Ivy is bringing glass bottle single servings to the wine scene.
So I founded Wander and Ivy in 2017. The bottle's incredibly unique. It's something different than anything you see in the wine space.
While launching a business has been a full-flavored experience, owner Dana Spalding says it's not always smooth, especially securing funding.
I definitely feel that it's a male-dominated culture overall in the investment community.
In fact, according to the venture capital research firm PitchBook Platform, companies founded solely by women only receive 2.3% of the total money invested in startups by venture capitalists.
We're seeing that there are a lot of women entrepreneurs out there who need money to grow their companies and do something really cool, but they're not finding the capital.
Despite that, from single-serve wines to restaurants like Rioja in Larimer Square,
I actually own the place.
women-owned businesses have grown 114% since 2000. Companies like Polsinelli in Denver put a heavy focus on linking women entrepreneurs with investors.
Work together to figure out what can we do to close that gap.
It's a growing trend.
At Mayfair Liquors, GM Matthew Amerson says Wander and Ivy has certainly found a sweet spot.
When we do the tastings, it flies out of here. If you want a white with your first course, you want a red with the second course, it's a good option. You're not opening 2 bottles of wine that are going to go bad over time.
Wander and Ivy has now secured a second round of funding for a second round of production.
It's very stressful, but I'm really proud. We've had a lot of exciting milestones.
Russell Haythorne, Denver 7.
And now from the First Alert Weather Center, here's a look at your forecast. We're in for some 80s for the next couple of days, and then cooling off a bit for your weekend in the 70s. This has been your Denver 7 on-demand update. Thanks for joining us. And check back here later tonight for another update. And download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. I'm Ann Trujillo.